So hi guys, how are you all doing today? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Chinyere of DL Style Glam. This is your first time here with me. Thank you so much for being here. And if you're already subscribed to my channel, you're awesomely and truly welcome. It's great to see you guys once again. How was your weekend? I hope you all had an amazing restful weekend. Right. So today, um, it's all messy. And not just that it's all messy. Um, I at this point, um we're going to be talking DL Hughley, George Mathis. We're going to be talking Stephen A. Smith, but I'll put it in here.
Right, I'm taking time to respond to Monique again, but a hit dog will bark unless his mouth is full. Who the would be afraid of your lawyer? Your lawyer, you mean the lawyer that did your contract? That lawyer, the lawyer from the firm of Negro from Ghetto Got Him and Gone, that lawyer? Who the him? He couldn't get your name right on the ticket. He gonna get it right on a legal document. It didn't happen because we decided it shouldn't happen. You didn't need to, because we respect people. We don't have to do things for clicks. They took it off because you asked me to, because I respected you at the time. You also talked about how I disrespect you on so many platforms. But you have this impeccable memory where you can tell to the degree, well, who did what to you and why and what happened, where you were, but you can't pull up one time on any platform that I said anything about you at all, because you know you're lying. You got that piece of paper and that big memory, but you can't pull one up. My biggest mistake is saying yes to you. I should have said no when you couldn't come on my radio show. I should have said no that I wasn't playing those dates with you. As a matter of fact, almost anybody who says yes to you at some point is in this milieu with you. Almost anybody. So I would suggest anybody out there, you can say yes to drugs, but say no to Monique. You talked about how our children, families are uplifted. They weren't when you were running across Vegas. The stage in Detroit. They weren't when you talked social media. When you got your whip and your tickets dropped, then they became off limits. But let's do this. Let's decide that you will treat my children like you treat yours, like you don't know them, invisible, like you have no relationship with them, like you're estranged, you're unfamiliar, like you don't know them. You also intimated that I was coward. You know what I'd never do? I would never let my woman take care of me. I would never let my woman get evicted from her apartment. I would never let my woman has to ask another man for money. I'd never do that. And your old man say the same? He loves you. Of course, he got to say that. You claim him on your taxes. He's a dependent. He's sitting there with you right now. And everything. Because it ain't like he does anything else. But you never address the salient point. I said that if you spent as much time writing your Netflix special as you did arguing about getting it, it wouldn't have been trash. It was. I didn't say it. I defy anybody out there. Stop listening to me. Watch it. Read the reviews. Read the reviews. You begged for something. You made valid points that women are underpaid, that they're not valued. That's absolutely right. So you would think that when you got a chance to do something that you could argue for, you'd be up for the challenge, but you bed because you never are ready for it, because all you ever do is complain about what you don't have. You're never ready for the moment because you're always living in the past. I said it. If you spend half of your time doing, as opposed to talking about who didn't do for you and what they did for you, you'd be a lot further along. You wouldn't be evicted. You wouldn't be working for your man. You wouldn't be asking other comics for money. So you got all the ingredients. Take that piece of paper that you're running down the list with, and that pen that you got, and that daddy sitting next to you, and do what you can't do what you never do. Write a joke.
Um, you see, DL Hughley. Let me start with DL Hughley. DL Hughley was one of those people that I really respected him. You know, I honestly and truly respected D.L. Hughley. And for a lot of things, he always acted mature. You know, he seemed to know what to say, how to say it. Um, you see, Monique had her moment on Club Shay Shay, and she used it. Now, knowing fully well that she was on, a podcast where most likely lots of younger people could be watching, she was very, very respectful. and she minded her language. She was very clear. You see, when a man like D.L Hughley is your friend and you're a woman, at this point, if I were the one, I would step way back. The person like D.L Hughley, I will never allow to know things about me, past, present, future. Someone like D.L Hughley, I'll be very, very careful about the things I say and do around him. Because these are the people that will use your secrets against you. In a world where, I remember there was this day we were at a Bible study, and I remember the topic was gossip or something. And I recall I said to people, most people like always assume that women are the big gossips, but in all honesty, men are the biggest gossips. The only difference is that while women are expressive, while gossiping, men tend to like do it over beer and some, peanuts or, things like that. Make it look really like cool, but it's not the case. And while on Club Shay Shay, I listened to Monique, I watched her speak, and she enunciated everything she said. And she was very, very, very clear not to use vulgar language. You see, Monique in a talk show or in a studio is different from Monique, doing a comedy special. They are two different people. And so listening to D.L Hughley use such demeaning words on a woman. Again, she's a woman. It's not your fellow man. As in, D.L Hughley spoke to Monique as though Monique were a man he was ready to go into a brawl with. I want to ask though, Monique has never hidden the fact that her husband is her manager. At what point did her husband being her manager change to she was paying him to be her husband? I listened with disgust. I listened with sadness. I listened with pity. Because if we wanted to really upend D.L Hughley, who said that his daughter was SA'd, and then Monique used that and she talked about it. Monique did not, and I heard that thing, and Monique did not make a jab at his daughter. Monique made a jab at him for not believing the daughter when she made him understand that his friend had essayed her. You see, two different things. Because he was afraid, he was not of losing a friendship, that he took sides with, his friend over his daughter. Now, that's not to say that he didn't eventually do the right thing. And that was the jab. The fact that D.L Hughley went after Monique's kids, and you see, Monique did not hide it. She said, and she said it on Club Shay Shay, that she will always extend the olive branch. The door is always open. You see, I think one of the things people have failed to understand is when Monique is hurt, she's hurt. And there are underlying issues to Monique being hurt. Principally, the fact that she was molested by her brother, okay, as a young child. And so, when you hurt Monique, what Monique sees at all times is her brother molesting her because she was powerless. And then those whom she trusted to protect her, those whom she trusted to watch over her, to handle the situation, did not. That is what I understand at each point. We now go to Judge Mathis.
I want to appeal to our comedians to stop going after each other in public like this. You're embarrassing yourselves. You're embarrassing our community. I know many times you have to defend yourself about what's being said, but why can't we do it directly? And I just want you to know, I believe that we're being laughed at all the major studios and by their executives, seeing us in public, black folks going at each other. You don't see this among other communities. And that's why I say you're hurting yourselves and you're hurting our community and you're hurting the young people who are looking and want to learn and need to learn how to resolve disputes in a better way. I'm no saint. I'm guilty of having temper issues from time to time on my show. That's entertainment. You guys say what you want as part of your entertainment, but don't go out your way and personally attack each other, particularly your families. I appeal.
Why would it be interesting to say that we in the black community, I'm going to put the Instagram post here, that comedians should stop airing dirty laundry in public? I don't agree. The fact that things are done in the dark, the fact that these things are allowed to happen is the reason why we have words like being blackballed in the industry. And these people are tied down and weighed heavily, either SA victims or those, for whatever reason, a record company or movie studio decides you are difficult. Now, I think there is something that I think I am beginning to understand that we're losing sight of the fact that as individuals, we have a right to say no to something that doesn't sit right with you. Not because it's a job, but because it doesn't sit right with your person. And so Judge Matt is saying that we should stop. I don't agree. Each time we air it all out. It's time we put it all out there so that we know exactly who is friend and who is foe. Where people like Oprah decide that they are gatekeepers and decide who comes in and who gets what. That is what we are talking about. And in every way, shape, or form, it's not. It's not. No, I don't agree. Let's stop hiding. Let's bring it all out. So that, excuse me, YouTube, please don't censor my video. So that when you are unalived, we know who to blame. Yes. We are seeing it all happen. P. Diddy, it's a mess. SAs everywhere. Freak nights everywhere. But because all the people involved had kept quiet, no one knew. And now, boom, it's everywhere. 2024, Kat said it is the year of the truth. And it is definitely the year of the truth. Now, down to Stephen A. Smith.
Not saying that somebody would come on my platform and have 3 hours to say anything. I don't talk for 3 hours, so I damn sure ain't let nobody else talk for 3 hours. So we're different in that regard. But I ain't throwing no shade on Shannon because of it. I would do things a little bit differently. But props to him for doing what he's doing in terms of getting the interviews. We can parse and compartmentalize and dissect everything else, but he got the interviews that people clearly wanted to see. And he may believe, let him speak, it's a conversation, and let the public judge. Me as a professional journalist throughout my career, I might think a bit differently. Monique, she's brilliant. She's an Oscar winner. She's sensational. What she did in Precious, her phenomenal acting career, her comedic genius. Monique, I don't know if anybody said this to you, but I'm going to say this to you, and I'm going to say it to you out of love. You always say sisters or brothers when you're talking to black people. Well, this is a brother talking to you, Monique. You look very bitter. You look like the light has been stripped from you.
My reaction to Stephen A. Smith is, dude, stop speaking from both sides of your mouth. Point blank, period. Stop speaking from both sides of your mouth. One thing you come and you say that, Club Shay Shay, blah, 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 blah. Then you go at Monique. Come on. Come on. Monique chose Club Shay Shay to be there. And then after saying, well, Shannon Sharpe is not a seasoned journalist like yourself. Who are you kidding, Stephen A. Smith? That was a jab. Come on. I see Shannon Sharpe almost, trying to defend. Come on, he owes nobody nothing. It's his show. And he gets to do it how he pleases. So Stephen A. Smith, stop speaking from both sides of your mouth. Monique is not bitter. Look at her very well. She's not. Monique's story has not changed. She has said the same thing over and over again. And now, maybe because she's decided that she's going to air out receipts, maybe people will now start sitting up. So let's stop. Because the fact that she has receipts, people who have felt that probably she's a mental case, she's no longer a mental case because those receipts exist. We now know the truth. But Judge Mathis says we should hide it, we should stop. Because when we stop, we keep on aiding and abating crime and wickedness and manipulation and maltreatment. That's what we keep doing. So no, we're not going to do that. Not in 2024. The world is up in arms. Everywhere it's ablaze. So let's do it. If we'll have a semblance of normalcy, because everything that is hidden under the sun must come to light. It is written. Nothing is hidden under the sun for too long. One day, they say one day for every day for the thief, one day for the owner. And that's where we are. So let's just stop. Let's just stop. So Stephen A. Smith, in all honesty, no, Stephen Smith, stop speaking from both sides of your mouth. Okay? And on this note, guys, this is where I'm going to end this video. Do not fail to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And follow me on all my social media networks. I'm going to put them on the screen. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.